everyone. Thank you so much for being here. ये मेरी डेब्यू फिल्म है और ऑनेस्टली ऐसे लग रहा है कि मेरी घर वापसी भी है क्योंकि मेरी फर्स्ट तेलुगु फिल्म है. So it's very, very, very special to me. So thank you so much for showing up with so much enthusiasm.
Right. And जो response अभी मिला है यहाँ पे, of course, जो units को response मिला है, उसके बारे में what do you have to say? People are like, this is the jodi, NTR Junior and Janhvi Kapoor. We want to see them in every single movie. This is what people are saying.
Even I want to do every single movie with Tarak sir only. I had so much fun. I learned so much and I think everyone knows what a big fan of him I've always been, and I think I've become a bigger fan of him after having worked with him.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Janhvi, please seat लीजिए आप भी, please be seated. I've got a lot of requests that before I start talking to him, I have to say this, जो कि पूरी दुनिया बोलती है इनको, जय NTR. Last time they taught me, you know, while we were doing this for RRR, they taught me that we have to say Jai NTR, and of course the biggest mass hero of our country, NTR Junior. One more time, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Welcome. You know, this man of masses, of course, you always कहते हैं ना, खरे उतरे हैं आप इसके ऊपर हर बार. Recently you promised something to your fans that after watching the trailer they'll be really proud of you. अब इस वक्त कैसा लग रहा है? What do you have to say to that?
जी बहुत nervous हूँ मैं पहले. To start with, बहुत nervous हूँ मैं because after RRR, this is my next film post RRR. और वैसे भी RRR was with my co-actor also, Mr. Ram Charan. This is my solo release after 6 years. So there is a lot of nervousness which is building up. But I'm very happy to launch the trailer of DEVARA in the city of Mumbai. Because the experience we've had when we were promoting for RRR was just surreal. I mean, the acceptance of North has just shocked us all, and I hope it repeats with DEVARA.
I'm sure it's going to happen this time again. Just one last thing, Tarak bhai, you know, you have to talk to us about, you know, we know that your contemporaries, they've broken a lot of records. You know, every now and then we say sales record itna bana, itne tickets bike, but here nobody has seen the trailer ab tak. Nobody has seen it, but in North America you are already breaking records. 1 million se upar ke pre-sales. Exactly for the premiere. And again, I have to reiterate that nobody has seen the trailer, and you're already, you know, the tickets are just going off the shelf. And how? What do you have to say? How do you do it?
I mean, there's nothing we've done anything about it, but I think it's God's blessings and the love which has always been showered by the fans and the audience. So I'm always indebted.
You are fabulous. Thank you so much for
so
this. And of course, looking forward to the trailer. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, NTR Junior, ek baar zordar taliyan. Of course, I was talking about these units. We'll definitely, you know, take...
It was very kind of Tariq, of NTR ji, and for Shivaji to want me in the movie, because movies made in the South recently have been mind-blowing. And to get a chance to act in a film like this and to do that, for me, you're right, I felt like a newcomer. I'm really excited because I've spoken the language. It was a new language for me. And I love the movie and I love what I've done in it also. So I am excited.
Thank you so much for sharing that. We'll definitely take a look at Pera Glimpse in some time. But before that, thank you so much, sir. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome on stage you know, that we asked this amazing insan to talk about this trailer before we play it for you, and of course, sir, about this team. Karan sir, welcome.
Hi.
You're presenting this movie.
Yes.
You kind of started this trend of with Bahubali, and of course, A films ke saath milke you got us Bahubali. Uske baad it all started, and look where we are today.
I have to say that firstly, thank you all members of the media and everyone here. Thank you for being here. this is an exceptional moment for us at Dharma Productions and AA Films. Just presenting Devara and seeing Tarak's and Siva's vision, literally, and you haven't seen anything as yet. You have to see what's going to unfold right now. Tarak I've known, of course, he was very gracious, I remember, where he actually presented Brahmastra to everyone in Hyderabad. You know, it was a big moment for us. Such a massive mega star going out of his way to speak of another film, and he really impacted the box office of Brahmastra even in the South, and for that we are all eternally grateful. Thank you. And obviously his next was one of the most awaited films of Indian cinema, and we were only too happy, proud and privileged to present in Hindi Devara, the madness, magic, magnitude and magnificence of Devara. Of course, there are so many friends attached to this journey, not just Tarak, who's been a dear friend, and I told him that, you know, this is not the end of this relationship, this is the beginning of a new one, and he knows what I'm talking about. Saif, my darling Saif, who I love, adore, not just as a filmmaker, a friend, family, everything. Just our kids playing with each other makes my heart full of love. The fact that Yash and Taimur are BFFs in school means the world to me. That Bebo and Saif's children, this is just a legacy friendship which will go on. Saif is exceptional in the film. You will realize this very soon. And what do I say about my child? Literally beaming in gold, looking as gorgeous as ever. I still remember the moment Tarak and I spoke about, you know, casting Janvi in Devara, and for me I felt like a proud papa when she started performing, and then look at that, my God, matching step with Tarak is no mean task, like let me tell you, and she really gave it her absolute best. And of course, Anil Thadani, Apurva and I are best friends. Anil and I have been hugely close friends from college. So this is like a bunch of buddies that come together, you know, presenting this film. There's so much love in the room, and soon there will be awe when you see the trailer.
So what are we waiting for? So with your kind permission.
Yes, presenting to you the trailer of Devara.
All eyes I've said it earlier, I'm going to say it again, that he is the biggest mass hero of our country, man of masses, NTR Jr. Kindly be seated, gentlemen. Okay, so I have a couple of questions for you, and sir, I'll start with you, Karan sir. Of course, we have NTR Junior Saab, we have Saif Ali Khan, Janvi in this movie, Siva sir is directing it. But is sab ke alawa, specifically, what was that one thing that you said that yes, this is the movie that I want to present to the world, Devara Part 1?
It was nothing. He had me at hello. That's just the way. I mean, Tarak calls and you do what he wants. It's just the way it is. And you know, we not just a fan as an actor, but so much respect for his trajectory, so much respect for Siva sir and you know everything that he has achieved in cinema. The combination of the both of them coming together after they've made one blockbuster together, and this is heading towards being a mega blockbuster. The fact that Saif was in the film, Janvi, I mean, it was like for us at Dharma Productions and AA Films, it was really an absolute no-brainer to have our names associated.
Karan sir will agree with me. I think the last half an hour or 40 minutes of Devara is going to rock you all. So can't wait. I just can't wait for people to watch that. The visual what my director Shiva had in his mind, and I just can't wait for the world to see it. That's.
And you're riding that giant fish. Talk to us about
shark.
that.
That was a shark.
The shark.
Yes.
So how was it like?
No, I mean, like you should tell me, how was that? How did it look?
We loved it. I mean, loved that scene.
Well, I didn't. I hated shooting for it. I mean, that was one of the sequences which really took a lot of time.
Giving us masala.
Oh, seriously. I was in a 200 by 150 tank, which was about 5.5 feet. And that shot literally took like almost a full day to get it right. So there's
It is marvelous. Whatever we saw there, you know, it is like amazing. Give it up for NTR Junior, ladies and gentlemen. Karan sir, you know, That's all.
Imagination, and those can never really be fructified. But this has, like, Siva sir had that imagination, and then it was absolutely like executed to precision. So I think the big USP, I would say, is just the landscape of the film. The fact that water is such a star as well, and everything that happens in and around that arena really makes Devara like a standout film, and clutter breaks every other massive dramatic action film you've seen in Indian cinema.
Absolutely, sir. We'll get to see this on the 27th, and we can't wait to watch it now. Shiva sir, welcome to Mumbai.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be here, first of all, and of course the amazing response that we've just gotten?
Firstly, thank you everyone for being here. A little bit tense, like this is my debut film. I hope everyone likes the film as much as we like. Thank you.
Sir, despite being this larger-than-life superstar, what do you think is that one quality that makes this gentleman here, Tarak sir, the man of mass? Jai NTR, we have to say that. Thank you so much. We've seen Neela Samandar in Dawoodi, और उससे पहले भी. Then we've seen Khuni Samandar, and everything Devara Part 1 is all about is between these two things, right? It's like you've covered the entire spectrum. What is Devara for you, and what is happening here? Tell us.
Devara for me, obviously, it's not only a film, but it's a journey with Koratal Shiva for many years. We've known each other since this movie of mine called Brindavanam. And Shiva was the writer for the movie. And it was this growth of friendship between me and him. And then when he started off as a filmmaker, my interest towards him, my respect towards him has only increased with every film he's done. But I mean, it was very tough for him to sustain that kind of blockbusters which he's delivered. It's only because Shiva has nothing in mind but the story of the film. It keeps running in his head. He just needs the right space. He just needs the right people around him to just excel in it. And when our journey started, right before RRR released, so he came up with this idea of this protagonist. Usually in commercial mainstream movie, we have a protagonist coming from the downtrodden, when there's absolute zero courage. The protagonist comes forward, gives courage to the people who needs courage.
No, he's a very close friend of mine, and once he's in front of the camera, I feel that, I don't know why, suddenly he changes his persona, and he looks wild actually. And every time, for every shot, I just keep staring at him.
Right, right. So after watching Dawoodi, I had a title or a tag for the gorgeous and the very talented Janhvi Kapoor. Of course, I sat on it for quite some time, and she had to leave. She had a flight to catch.
I think the future is going to be collaborations between North and South, and I think of it in terms of like you say, a pan-Indian kind of scenario. Anyway, this role, I was very happy that Tarek ji wanted me in it, and Shiva sir wanted me in it. I think they'd seen Omkara and remembered it, and I have to thank Vishal ji for that still. It was a very interesting character because there's a young version, there's an older version, there's crazy makeup, and also I wouldn't it's more of an anti-hero than a straight antagonist, and there's many layers to it, and it was just absolutely lovely doing it.
Right.
It's like an entry, a debut into a new kind of cinema, right. And according to me, the cutting edge of Indian cinema.
In action, Peter Hines, then we had Anil Arasu, and then especially we had Solomon who's worked for RRR as well, the National Award winner. He has actually extensively worked on the overwater and the underwater sequences of Devara. We've shot for about 38 odd days underwater and about close to 60 odd days overwater. So that itself was a chunk of 100 days to 80 to 100 days. So it is phenomenal action you probably haven't seen before. The kind of water interactions, the kind of CGIs blended into those action sequences are phenomenal. So Devara is very high on action, and I would just can't wait for the world to see it. I'm sure.
Talk to us about Devara Part 1 and being a part of this collaboration one more time.
Just like to thank Tarak for showing and Shiva sir for showing so much confidence in Karan, Apurva and me. We've come back again to present this film after Bahubali and hope it just repeats the same kind of magic.
Apurva sir, what would you like to share with us, please?
So, we've always been huge fans of Tarak's work, be it in RRR or Temper or Chanta Garage. So really, thank you for giving us this opportunity. We were, like he rightly said, blown away when we saw the visuals, and I think everyone can understand what...